Hey there, my name is Matthew Wilson. I'm the owner and founder of Life Matters, and we're just going to do a quick overview about the opportunity here as a life insurance agent. You're here because you're checking into this. Maybe you're wanting to get into life insurance, or you're an existing agent, maybe looking for a team or a different team. Anyways, I like to just dive right in. I'm going to give it to you straight, kind of how we work, our business model, who we're for, who we're not for, all that fun stuff. So strap in and let's take a look at everything here. I'm the owner and founder, like I said, of Life Matters, but we are part of a family of other companies. The Valdez Group, Integrity Marketing, who's our parent company, and of course Equus Financial, who handles all of our contracting and everything. They're our IMO. That's a little bit about us. Now, a little bit about me personally. This is a photo from about probably 10 years ago or so. You can see my office in the background. This is when I was still at my job. So here's my backstory. I used to be a creative director. I worked at an advertising agency and loved the career until I didn't. Just because I don't know how you feel, but at a job, I was only making so much, and it seemed like no matter how hard I worked, I just couldn't get past that. I'd kind of capped out. And after a few years or so of being in that spot, just spinning my wheels, I just started thinking, man, is this what life's going to be all about for me? Like, what else is there that I can do? And I was still young enough to hit another career. I thought I got another career in me. I could redefine my life. But what? What does a guy like me do? I don't want to go back to school. I got 5 kids and a mortgage and bills and obligations. So I didn't really find life insurance. Life insurance found me. It checked all the boxes. It had opportunity. It was an easy barrier of entry, easy to get a license, cost effective. The costs of getting started were low. And I'm going to go over all this, by the way. But I didn't really start out with this grandiose idea of becoming a life insurance agent. That was not in the books. In fact, it kind of sounded boring to me. But it wasn't until I peeled back the layers and saw behind the scenes what this career path was like and what it could do that I decided to give it a shot. Fast forward 8 months from the day I got my license, I had turned in my notice and left my job. So that's how long I did my side hustle. And here I am today, nearly 7 years later. And I'm a manager, a trainer, a mentor. I've got agents scattered across the country. We've embraced the virtual side since this time. So we teach a virtual model, internet connection, camera, mic, decent lighting, and you can have a home-based business selling life insurance to people. So let me show you how this all works. But first, this was what I had realized. When I was at my job, I didn't know it was 88%, but I knew that the path to wealth and financial freedom generally is through being a business owner. I knew that business owners usually are the successful people because they've risked something, they've stepped out, they don't have a limit on their income, they don't have a boss. But I thought, how can I get there? And so I had tried a lot of different things, but I knew I wanted to be a business owner. And so it's important to note, first of all, this is not a W-2 paycheck. This is not something there where it has a boss, and this is not a get-rich-quick deal. This is a career path where you are in charge and you are a business owner. Okay, I want to be very clear about that because there are some people, the agents that I interview, that are looking for a W-2 job. This is actually the career path or the side hustle or whatever you want to call it that can get you out of your W-2 job. So we encourage new agents, don't quit your day job. You need the paycheck, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. You're going to need that paycheck coming in while you build this on the side to the point at which at some point down the road you could leave your job if you wanted to and go full-time as a life insurance agent. So here's what this is, okay? It's a 1099 position. Okay, it's all based on sales, so 100% commission. That's another reason why don't quit your job right away. If you're not used to that, that's something that you're going to get used to. But it's a side hustle at first. I did evenings and weekends. You get to choose your hours, however you want to fit it in. Obviously, the more the better, but you choose. So whatever hours you want to work. Unlimited income potential, though. And I'll show you how the expansion model for growth, you can create as much income as you'd like. We have tremendous tremendous leadership and growth opportunities. We are looking for leaders. Very much. We want people starting an agency, growing an agency, hanging a sign, and opening up an office in remote positions all over the country. This is our vision, is we want agents to be empowered to start, launch, and grow their own agency. It takes leadership to do that. So we are looking for leaders, and we're hoping that new agents come on board have that same vision and drive. And ours is an independent agent model, which means we are not captive. We work with about 20 plus insurance carriers. Here's a bunch of them. These are large companies. Some of the biggest in America, life insurance carriers. We represent these brands. So when I go into a home or meet with a prospect, these are the people that I represent. I'm just a small guy that started a business out of my home, but these are the brands that we're writing for and that we're representing. So it is big business. These are our partnerships, and we value these relationships because these are the ones that pay us. If I write a policy with CVS or America or Athene, whoever I write, that carrier is who's going to pay me directly my commission. So I get paid from a lot of different places. We embrace 6 core values. No, it's not just writing on the wall. It's written in our hearts. We truly embrace these, and we talk about them all the time. Respect, ownership, relationships, humility, attitude, and toughness. I wish there was a cool acronym for it, but there's not, so you just have to remember them. But we hope that any agent that comes on board embraces these same values as well. That's what's going to make a good cultural fit. Here's our market. Financial products, okay? Term, whole life, IUL, universal life, children's policies, anything you can do with a life insurance license, including advanced markets, especially fixed indexed annuities, things like that. Multi-trillion-dollar industry. That's the opportunity. And our bread and butter is middle income, hardworking, red-blooded, everyday Americans. Okay, it's a hugely overlooked market, surprisingly, but that's who we protect every day. So, thing to note, very important, is that we train from start to finish. So somebody that doesn't have any experience can come in, plug into our training, and we're going to teach you how to build an agency, how to master dialing, objection handling, presentation skills. We have scripts, we have downloads, the presentation itself. Everything is here. All the tools are available as long as you're willing to plug in and access them and be trained, because we also have a mentorship program where we are mentoring you as a new agent. So if we onboard you, you're going to become part of our family, and we take you under our wing. You're never going to be left alone. You're going to be building this side by side with us. Let's talk about leads. Leads are a very important part of our business, and yes, a lot of agents have questions. The number one question that I get is, do I have to buy leads? And I also hear, do you guys provide leads? Well, let me be very clear about this. The answer is no, you don't have to buy a single lead. No one is ever going to make you buy a lead here as one of our agents. But let me also couple that with leads are a blessing. If you were to start a business and you needed marketing, you would spend a lot of money hoping to get interested people back. Okay? That's what a lot of businesses do every single day when they launch. Here, yes, you do have to pay for leads. But what a blessing to be able to just buy a name of somebody who's already expressed an interest and would like to talk to somebody about life insurance. And you just need to get them on the phone and get them on your calendar. So there is a cost to that because leads are not inexpensive to produce. Our sweet spot, though, our leads are very good. They're hand-filled leads. You can see some examples here. These are mortgage protection leads, but we also do regular life insurance leads, which are real popular. Lead costs anywhere from 75 cents to $75+, but our sweet spot right now is about $7 or $8 leads, okay? And we're having real good luck and real good success with a smaller budget type of a lead. So can you generate your own? Absolutely. If you love marketing, go generate your own leads. Do you have to buy these? No, you can work your warm market. You can go meet people. You can hit the road and do, business presentations or networking, whatever you like. We just find that leads give us a quick barrier of entry to be able to pick up the phone today, after buying some leads this morning, schedule appointments tomorrow, and potentially even write policies that fast on people. So we love leads, and we're grateful for them. So do you have to buy them? No. does Equus provide leads? We provide them, but they're not free. And I hope that's all clear to you. So you can choose to purchase as many as you like. We do like to work with a reasonable budget. And this, again, is another reason why we say don't quit your day job, because you want to carve out a little bit of money for this. Because once you get this going, it becomes profitable. You can put money back in and grow it to where it's self-sustaining. And then it becomes a vehicle just like I went through, where you can turn in your notice and leave your job and become full-time if you decide that's something you'd like to do. Let me show you our dashboard. Once you onboard with us, you get access to this proprietary software dashboard that Equus has built from the ground up, and it tracks all of your numbers. Remember, you're a CEO here. You're your own business owner, and CEOs track their numbers. And so this dashboard does it for you all automatically. It's phenomenal. We have leaderboards. You see the tops of them down at the bottom. Little friendly competition. We have a lot of fun. We get to see what everybody else is producing. It's a very transparent business. And this dashboard is kind of the hub of where everything takes place. A lot of tools here on the left. I'm not going to go into them, but Equus has empowered us as agents to have access to a lot of different tools at our disposal. And no, we don't pay for this. This is all included. There's no cost or fee for it. All right, let's talk about our business model. Here's how we make our money. I call this the first part of our business model, or number one, sales. Okay, nothing happens until we make a sale. When we make a sale, then there's a commission that's paid. And let me show you how that's paid out. So the first thing to know is APV is an acronym that stands for Annualized Premium Value, or some places will just say AP for shorter, Annualized Premium. So you write a policy on somebody, let's say Joe. He protects a family for $100 a month. I like round numbers. They're easier to work with because I'm not a math guy. Times 12 is $1,200 of AP, Annualized Premium. So very simple, right? Well, Joe's going to get a commission based off of that $1,200 figure. So here's how his commission works. We start brand new agents at 70%. So his commission would be 70%. And if he writes a policy from a carrier that pays out at his commission level, then simple math, he would get $840. This example is one of our common products, Term Life Express from Mutual of Omaha. If he wrote that policy right there would pay him $840. And note that we use an advance system. So what that means is he would get $630 of it up front and the rest after. So that's another $210. So they don't give Joe all $840 right up front. They give him 9 months of advance and then what's called back ends for months 10, 11, and 12. So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, that's okay. I'm just letting you know kind of generally this is about how a commission structure would work. But let's take an average case. And I want to be conservative with it. Nationally, we're going to round it down to $500. So if you took an average APV that paid out, an average case is going to pay an agent somewhere around $500, okay? So if you took that math and multiplied it out, again, simple math guy right here, 2 apps a week's $1,000, 5 apps a week, $25. You can see how much an agent can make. And we do have agents writing 15, 20 applications every single week. They're making more money in a week than a lot of people at their jobs are making in a month. So very profitable, and you can sell as much as you like, up to 24 hours in a day. Some agents love working 10, 12 hours a day because they love the hustle and they love those commissions. So you decide how much you engage, but let's say that at some point you're like, I don't want to keep selling around the clock. I want to build an agency and make money residually without having to go keep selling. Well, this is our second business model, the other side of the coin. So let's take a look at our commission structure. First of all, when you come in, like I said, we start you at 70%, which is pretty average in the industry, but Equus gives you the chance to grow all the way up to 105% on your own pen, skipping levels. After that, it's 2 months in a row of qualifying to increase. But you come in at 70 and you have a really great month, second month, or even the first month, and you hit 20,000 or 17, any of these figures in 1 month of annualized premium, issue paid business, you'll skip from 70 to 90, 95, whatever it is, and you keep it. You don't go back down. So you can give yourself instant raises in the early months, very simple. to get to 75, 80, 85. We have a very fast growth track to get people profitable. Okay, so we're going to start you at 70, but we're not going to keep you at 70. We want you growing fast. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing to note is a producer bonus down here. When you hit certain levels, this 20,000, that correlates to a $1,000 bonus. So not only are you getting your overrides, your commissions, but you're also, Equus is rewarding you for job well done. They say thank you in the form of a bonus, which is really cool. Equus has a very, very generous bonus program, by the way. So this build model now, when you take that selling concept, it just extends out when you duplicate. And so let me preface that with this book right here. If you've ever read this book, Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, he talks about how our money comes from one of four places. We're employees, self-employed business owners, or investors. And on the left side of the quadrant, you've got captive income or active income. And on the right side of the quadrant is passive income. So this first model, we talked about selling, right? Your personal paycheck, what we call it. You go out and sell every day, life insurance. That's you selling as in the S quadrant. So you're actively making money. It's good money, but you're actively making money. And if you stop, you don't keep making money, except for the residuals, which I'll talk about in a bit. But how do you get to a business owner? How do you make that money coming in flowing, whether you like it or not? Everybody loves the idea of passive income. Well, let me show you. So it's just a process of duplication. You just teach what you've learned in others and build an organization around that. So here's an example. Your commission level, let's say that you skipped, you had a really good month or two, and you got yourself from 70 to just 90, okay, 90,000. Or 90%, I'm sorry. And your agent that you onboard and train and bring in, help them get licensed, all the stuff that I'm doing right now, 70%. Well, the difference is at 20 points, and we call that a spread, okay? So you have a spread of 20%. Well, what that means is insurance carriers will pay that to you for all the production that agent produces. They're going to give you 20%. On top of that agent's percentage. This doesn't come from your agent. We don't take money out of the pockets of other agents. Okay? We earn an override spread by being leaders and helping other people sell life insurance, and the carriers reward us with additional compensation called an override. What is the limit to an override? What is the limit to how many agents you bring on your team? As much as you want. You can have 10 agents making a 20% override on each, or you can have 500 agents making a 20% or a 5% or a 10% spread or even a 30%. Anyways, you can see how sky's the limit. How big of an organization can you build by bringing in agents, introducing them to our system, letting us help mentor them, utilizing our training, that all this stuff that we have built that's already in place, you bring them in, get them going, and when they become successful, you're gonna also participate in the success of that agent. So we're all interconnected, and we're all trying to help each other succeed because we all benefit together. So let's go back into this business model and show the rest of this chart. You can see how here you got bonuses that you can hit. I don't want to go over these individually, but there's some really big money on the bonuses side as you start building an organization. But let's talk about sales manager, 25,000. If you have 3 other people, and collectively, actually it's you and 2 others. So this is your organization, but this one's you and this is 2 others. So 3 people total getting to 25,000 in 1 month. So if everybody does 8 or 9,000, that's like 1 application a week, just to help you know about what that would be. You would hit 25,000 in a month with your team, and you would qualify now as a sales manager at Equus Financial, and the sales manager bonus starts at $750 and goes up to $1,500. So from there, you can hit different other levels. There's regional manager and vice president. You can see how all you're doing is growing your team. You're doing more volume, more people. So this is what a regional manager looks like. Vice president, senior vice president, you can see how fast those bonuses start shooting up real quick. So imagine being, making a $10,000 or $20,000 bonus per month. That's just your bonus, on top of overrides, raises, giving yourself raises, production bonuses, renewals, referrals, managers. I didn't even talk about the builder's boost, carrier incentives. There's so many ways that we are compensated besides just selling life insurance, especially if we start building, if we embrace the business model too. So a day in the life of an agent. This is what it looks like. Number one, we sell insurance. Okay. We buy leads, we book appointments, we write policies, and we get paid by carriers. And yes, it's the S quadrant because it's active income, right? Number two, we help other people sell insurance. And that's the B quadrant. So that's really what we do. My day is comprised of selling to prospects and clients that I've acquired over the years, and also helping my agents sell insurance and do what I'm doing. Just a duplication model, very simple. If you were to be onboarded with us, if we brought you on, this is what we would commit to you. Number one, leadership, training, products, lead access, and tools. A lot of the stuff that I've already gone over. And there's more than that I'm not even showing you here, but everything you need to succeed, basically. All the support, all the tools, everything. Your part, of course, necessary technology. You got to have a camera, mic, got to look nice, with the lighting and so forth. Very basic setup though. Willingness to learn, following our values, okay, very important. We need you to show up and engage, and most importantly, bring the work ethic and the desire, the hustle. Okay, this is, like I said early on, not a get rich quick. This isn't something that just falls into your lap. You have to work, and we are looking for committed people that aren't afraid of rolling up their sleeves and getting after it a little bit, right? Because we're chasing some big dreams here. With unlimited income potential, there's really, whatever it is that you want to do, the sky's the limit here in this industry. So we all chase after it and trying to do better things with our lives, becoming entrepreneurs and business owners. And we happen to sell life insurance as the vehicle that helps us get to do that. So that's kind of how it works. But getting started, if we onboard you, first and foremost, you have to get a license. But before that, there's an onboarding document called an independent contractor agreement. That's just the agreement between you and Equus that says you're an independent agent. You don't work as an employee for anybody, and that you can pay your own taxes. It protects Equus's assets. And it says you're not going to steal our leads and go to other places, unethical things. So it's a business-friendly working agreement that every IMO has. So that's the onboarding document. It also gives you the portal through which you're going to get all of your carrier contracts. So it's an important document. And then once you're done there, it's just a DocuSign, and then enroll in the study course. So we do have a study course for new agents that are not licensed yet. Okay, and that will walk you through getting your license. Takes you probably a couple of weeks on average to get your license. And once you have that, looks like this. There's mine. It's contracting. Okay, from there, you get contracted. It takes a couple of weeks with all the carriers. They're called your carrier appointments. And then kickoff. We do a kickoff call. We have all the sales training that we're going to put you through. We build a game plan for you to work on as a team. And then set some goals together and make sure all your questions are answered. You have clarity on what your schedule is and what you're going to be doing every day. And then we start selling. We get started. That's it. So that's the process, getting started. Now, one last thought I want to leave you with before we wrap up. And this was the thing that really changed it for me, is when I saw or started thinking like this. Is there risk being an entrepreneur? Yes, there's risk. But if you think being an entrepreneur is risky, try working for someone else for 40 years and living off of Social Security. It's our society's business model, right? And you see people doing it everywhere. And you might be one of those. I was one of those. Okay. And I just realized it's not going to get me where I want. So did I want to do life insurance? Not particularly, but I wanted what this business can give me. And sure enough, it's delivered, and here I am today. So I'm here passing this on, my expertise, my experience, my mentorship, my time. If you work with us, you get access to all that because you're part of our team and our family. So take a minute, if you would, give this some thought. But if this feels like a good move for you, you want to click on the link, lets you and I chat, and let's go over your options and get your questions answered and kind of see what this looks like for you. I'll be happy to give you 15 minutes or so of my time and answer whatever questions you have. And if this looks good, then we'll get you started. And if we feel mutually like this is a good fit to work together, then by all means, you'll be welcome in the family, and we'll get going. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate you being here, looking into this, and click on the link. If you don't see anything, by the way, sometimes my schedule fills up. Just message me directly, and I'll find a spot in my calendar somewhere and make time for you. So, but please, by the way, only schedule if you're committed to showing up. I sometimes will get agents that'll schedule something and then not answer or not show up, and I'm not interested in wasting anybody's time. So as a favor, professional courtesy, please only schedule something if you're willing to show up. It matters a lot. So thank you again for your time, and I look forward to chatting with you and seeing if this is possibly a good fit for us to work together. Have a great day.